gorgeous people of Facebook. How are you doing today? Hope you are off to a fabulous start. So we've got our networking and business growth event coming up at 10 o'clock, and that is free to all insiders. And one of our insiders gave us, well, the toughest news you ever want to hear from anyone that you love, that they have cancer. And they asked for practical support. And so here I am giving the practical support publicly because of the nature of what I wanted to share. I thought it would be useful for many people that are watching here today. So I'm going to share content that is likely to be sweary. It is of a disgusting nature. It's totally true. There's no clickbait here, folks. This really does happen. But I hope this helps anybody that faces anything big or is trying to achieve anything big or is looking in the mirror and thinking, I don't know how I'm going to get through this one. So I'm lucky enough not to have been through cancer personally. However, many of you know I supported my husband through thyroid cancer and open heart surgery and a blood clot and a stroke a few years ago. So I have had plenty of experience of spending way too much time at hospitals. I'm not going to go on that subject, but I wanted to share a very personal story and one I have never ever shared. So there's going to be people that watch this that say to themselves, oh, I didn't know that. Hang on, there was just a big bang in the kitchen. I need to check everything's all right. Talk amongst yourselves. Be one sec. What was that? Did you have a nice conversation? Was it good? Was it? Anyway, so I'm lucky enough not to have had cancer, but I have had some pretty lethal drugs through my own experiences. So I have lupus, Raynaud's, Sjogren's, fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, which I have reversed to osteopenia, which is the one below. Yes, according to doctors that can't be done, but we have a bone scan that says otherwise. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. Oh, it's Angel. Hello, my darling Angel. So I'm going to share stuff, and even Angel's going to go, oh, I didn't know that. So I've got various health issues. Now, in 2011 to 2013, I was really ill, like on morphine, sleeping tablets, anti-malarials. Obviously, because no drug has ever come with the side effects of warning, will make you more gorgeous, lose weight, better looking, even cleverer, and have the most wonderful sleep you've ever had in your entire life. Never do they have side effects like that. Oh, no, folks. So I gained a hiatus hernia, and I had gastroesophageal reflux, and then you end up with omeprazole and lamprazole and all these other horrible drugs that go and do your own research. I'm not going to lecture you. I am not medically trained. I'm sharing a personal experience, but I do a lot of research, and latest research on those medications is not good, folks. They should not be handing this stuff out long term. So anyway, I was really, really ill. We tried high dose steroids. I was taking 16 tablets a day of steroids. My face swelled up. I basically looked like a basketball with a little bit of hair. Most of my hair underneath had fallen out. My teeth were rotting and falling out like nobody's business because they didn't realise I had Sjogren's, which rots your teeth. That's why I'm always drinking lots of water, because I've always got a dry throat. Anyway, they didn't know all this at this stage. They hadn't sussed what was going on with me. We went through a time where they were saying I had chronic fatigue syndrome and MS, and then I didn't. 5 times I did and didn't have CFS. 5 times. So anyway, we've done the anti-malarials, we've done the steroids, and it wasn't helping, and I was in a very bad way. I actually didn't work for 13 months at all. Couldn't even hold my phone. I was so ill. And someone else took over running the BWN, and I didn't coach. I could not even cope with light and watch television. I was very, very poorly. Obviously, since I was on morphine and tramadol. So anyway, the doctor said, why don't we try chemo? To which I was like, well, I've been on all this lot and they've given me like tons of side effects. What's the worst that can happen? Let's go for it. So We started by putting me on 8 tablets of chemo, which is low dose. May I just say, I've only ever been on low dose chemo, but I didn't at all cope well with that, and I'll explain more in a second. So I had to stab myself once a week. So I had to have a biohazard bin, and I had to stab myself every Friday night at 7 o'clock. My kids were a lot younger, so we tried to make a joke out of it, and we'd say, oh, it's Mum, it's stabbing time, which was fine when we was at home, but we was in the south of France one time, and they said, Mum, you got to go back and stab yourself. And it was like, people were like, what is going on? So anyway, for anyone that's going through cancer, I have experienced some of the joys of chemo. And here's one that nobody has ever been told before. And it is incredibly embarrassing, and I don't care. So I was at a speaking engagement, and it was a room full of business owners, and they've booked me as their keynote speaker. I'm going to be on at 11 o'clock. The event started at 9:30. I'm at the back of the room. I go through certain rituals before any speaking engagement. I have done my whole career. It really matters to me that I rock up and do my very best for that audience like I've never spoken ever before in my entire life. So I'm at the back of the room, and I'm preparing myself to talk, and I'm smiling and looking around the room, and yes, oh, hello, yes, lovely to see you, and trying to be nice and quiet. And all of a sudden, there was a feeling and a realisation that was in this fantastic, beautiful venue, amazing venue, but the toilets were a long way away. And I left the room and tried to walk very fast while squeezing my bum cheeks. And somebody stopped me and said, oh, Mandy, I'm so pleased to be here. I've followed you for ages, and I'm so excited to hear you speak today. Oh, I've been following everything you do, and I just know that this is the day that changes my life. And I'm thinking, if this woman doesn't stop speaking, this day is definitely going to change mine. So I smile sweetly. Imagine I have buns of steel. Unfortunately, I did not have Superman's buns. Oh, how nice. Anyway, I made it to the toilet way too late. One of the joys of chemo is it takes over your body. It rots things, it takes your teeth, it takes your hair. It doesn't really care. It doesn't really care. And for me, it made me have a very poorly stomach. Like that. No warning, just all of a sudden. So there I am in this beautiful venue. I've got my phone and nothing else. I'm in the loo. I'm on stage in 10 minutes. What do I do? Now, in any moment in life, you may not be faced with shitty pants. But in any moment in life, we have choices. We always have choices. Even when it feels like we have the worst choices, we still have choices. So the first choice I had was to laugh and think, well, here's a situation we've never found ourselves in before. What the hell do I do? It's not like I'd knock on the door and say, excuse me, anyone out there got some knickers? Because the answer would have been yes, one pair like any normal human. So I had to sit there and think, I've got a choice. And I did have choices. I could have told them that I'm on chemotherapy and I've been taken poorly and I need to go home. That's a choice I could have made. But I didn't make that choice. I'm one of these people that wherever the bar is set, I will go higher. If that's what people are achieving, I'll achieve more. I am not out to prove myself better than anybody else than myself. And those people have booked an event to hear me speak. And nothing except death is going to stop me. Unfortunately, it's one of those events where it really, really matters how you rock up. So the bra and knickers matched. I know your mum told you that you have matching underwear and decent underwear in case you get run over. Well, just so you know, the good underwear gives you this sense of purpose. It makes you feel like, yeah, I've got it together. I could get matching bra and knickers on today. I am ruling this world. Okay? And I had to put this beautiful pair of underwear into the bin. And the great thing was, I don't know about you, but if you're wearing cheap tights, ladies, or gentlemen, if you're in cheap tights, they'll last forever. But if you put a pair of those £10 tights on that you bought for special occasions, I can guarantee you the first time you wear them, you'll get a ladder. So the very expensive tights and the very expensive underwear went in the bin. And I went on stage with no underwear on. And I remember walking back and someone else stopped me, and I'm thinking, it's less than a minute until I'm on stage. And people don't realise how important it is to run to time. And as a speaker, I always finish dead on time. Doesn't matter how many questions I've got asked, I will always spin that back round to ensure that we finish dead on time, so that that organiser feels in control of the event. So I had to get in that room in less than 60 seconds. Suddenly it's more breezy than I want it. Am I going to manage to hold my butt cheeks together for a whole hour and deliver a speaking engagement, or is beautiful chemo going to do that to my stomach again? I did not know. But I did know that whatever happened, I would do my best. Think about that for a moment. Doesn't matter what you're facing in life, whether you're facing cancer or facing just trying to grow a business or overcome your fears or stand on a stage for the first time, the first thing you've got to do is make the choice. Okay, that's the first thing. And the second thing is, once you've made the choice, you are going to do it. Nothing is going to stop you. You will be there, you will make it happen, and nothing will get in your way. So I very politely said to this lady, I'm really excited to go in there, but we're going to have to go because I've got to be on stage in 40 seconds. As I walked away, I'm praying to my butt cheeks, please, butt cheeks, do your business. Don't let anything else happen. I got through the speaking engagement with no underwear on. And to this day it makes me laugh, because up until this very moment in time, no one has ever known. And that's the other thing to remember about what you're facing, is unless you open your mouth and use words, no one will know how you're coping or not coping. No one will know what you're struggling with unless you say something. That is the joy of the insiders. They can be completely confidential. They don't even have to tell anyone else. So just tell me, and I will fix the issues that are standing between them and their success. But I can't unless you use some words. So understand, once you've made the decision to do it, you are going to do it. In every situation, you have choices. I would say, in my view, everything gets easier when you laugh, when you muck around, when you assume it's going to be all right. Faith and hope are so important. One of the reasons we are seeing such detrimental right-wing behaviour and awful situations around the world is because people don't feel like they have control, and they don't feel like they have hope or faith. But as a business owner, as a professional, as someone who wants to achieve, as someone who's going to fight the crap out of cancer and tell it to naff the fuck off, you absolutely have to have faith and hope. With every fibre of your being, you have to have faith and hope. The last thing I would say is, nobody knows. Nobody until this moment in time knew that I've stood on stage with no underwear on. I can assure you I haven't done it since. Thank you. I found much better things, lots of alternative supplements, and I'm always happy to share what I'm on. But please remember, we're all so unique, so you have to work out the right supplements for you and your body. So no one knows what you're going through unless you say something, and everyone will think you're bloody awesome regardless. Okay, well, that's you with a new nickname. And I'll tell you what, it gets worse, because I have been coaching for nearly 21 years. It actually happened twice with clients. Thankfully, both occasions we were in very fancy hotels, but yes, I have lost 3 pairs of beautiful underwear to hotel bins. And yes, I have done 2 coaching sessions with no underwear on. Now that's got you going on a Wednesday morning. And that's the important thing to remember, is once you've got the mindset in place, once you've got that faith, once you've got that hope, once you've got that purpose, once you've got that goal, and once you've got that mindset that says, nothing will stand in my way, nothing, don't bother trying, it ain't gonna work, then you get the practical things. So from then on, I had a sealed bag with underwear in it, always, and wipes. I don't agree with wipes, they're very bad for our planet, but you cannot go outside and start sorting yourself out in public toilets, so you're going to need the wipes. I would never ever ever have shared this story, ever. However, if an insider is struggling with something, if the insider needs help, if the insider needs support, if the insider needs solutions, if an insider needs connections, I will go out of my way to make sure they get what they need. So I hope I make this person laugh. Yep, everyone have a blooming good laugh at my expense. Makes me laugh. And I will see you over on the Insiders in about 10 minutes time. For those that don't know, the Insiders pay £25 a month. They get mentoring, coaching, training. I will make sure I support them in every way possible. We've got exclusive discounts on big, very high net worth professional events with rooms full of decision makers, which is fantastic. We've got discounts on the business show. My members get a lot of exclusive opportunities. It's not that use of the word exclusive where it doesn't actually mean anything. Genuinely saving the money and making the money. And one of our members, won't say more yet, but I've just written an article for Platinum Magazine, so they feature in that as well. So if I can get you free PR, Insiders always get that too. The event is free to all insiders. You sign up and it's included for free for the virtual events. The first hour, everyone talks about their business, and in the second hour, I say to them, okay guys, what are you working on? What do you need help with? What are you realising is not working? One of the issues it looks like we're going to be talking about is accountability, and how we make ourselves accountable to the outcomes we want. So it's a good chance we're going to talk about that today in the networking session. You are welcome to arrive late. You are welcome to go early. You are welcome to come for just the first hour or just the second hour. And even if you're busy today, every networker, every insider goes and adds their details, their events, their website, their social media links to the insiders networking post, so they're all getting to build relationships and network with each other every day regardless. So if you want in on the insiders, it is £25 a month. It's a bit like the gym, you know, if you rock up to the gym, stand in the car park and look at the door and say this isn't going to work for me, it's not going to work for you. But if you walk through the door, tell us what you're working on, tell us what you need, trust me, this will work. So, No Knickers Manny is signing out. Just so you know, I have knickers on now, and don't come walking up to me at a networking event. Next month's face-to-face event is on the 20th of March, and it's our 16th birthday. And yes, I will have knickers on. My cancer friend, we got your back, all right? Practically, and the business, we got you.